Another great set of Renegade upgrades for your knight is here.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer, and today we are taking a look at the new Sorcerer Armor upgrade kit from Legio Models. This, of course, is for the Knight Titan kit, which is a great little kit that shows no signs of slowing down, that's for sure. So the first thing, if you haven't seen any of these videos I've done, there's two other ones, but I always show you the boxing because I'm actually thoroughly impressed with how the whole kit kind of comes with this foam that's very protective of the parts inside, and it gives you the time to actually hobby on it and maybe put it back and not get it all dinged up, or just to kind of contain it before you actually get to it. But it's shipped out of Eastern Europe, so obviously you want some really good protection for your set of upgrades as well. So we're gonna pull all these pieces out and run it down. So here's the parts all laid out, and there's actually quite a few parts in here, to be quite honest. These Anubis heads are exactly the same, so I'm not exactly sure why I got two of them. I think I might have actually been shorted one of these braziers, whichever one is the correct term right there. But either way, I think I got shorted one of those in this, so I'll give them a message about it. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it'll sort itself out. But either way, so kind of a happy little bonus, I suppose. But it comes with, a lot of miniatures or a lot of parts for this. You got three different head options, and you've got the normal greaves, knee joints, thigh plates, battle cannon, thermal cannon, tabard. This is going to come with a close combat weapon and two solid big good looking shoulder pads there, and of course the carapace armor that kind of pulls it all together. Now, something that I didn't realize, and of course you can hit up Legio Models over on their Facebook group, and we will put that link below in the comments and in the description so you can check it all out. But I didn't realize that this upgrade kit, it's incredible how different in price. Now, you do need a knight, of course, but in getting a complete kit, something very similar from Forge World is $190 US. So this kit is, I think it's 75 shipped. Seems pretty good value as far as that goes. I mean, as far as sculpting and stuff, we'll take a closer look here in a second as I'm showing you all the parts. But so far, I'm definitely liking what I see here. But now I get a chance to kind of try out their customer service because I think they switched a couple of parts around right there. But we'll see how it goes. So there's our top carapace, and you can see it fits on pretty snug. Definitely locks in there. Yep, good to go, very snug. Now, lots of cool details here. You got some hieroglyphics, all the trim and everything that you would expect from something that follows the Lord of Change, the good Lord of Change. You can tell it's 3D printed and cast in resin. There's a little bit of 3D render marks right there, but not too big of a deal. If you see these on here and you're worried about it, that it might catch your paint, then one of the things you can do is you can get some Duplicolour brush on primer from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, all those other places. Get a small pot of it. If you work with a lot of 3D stuff, it might be good to have on hand, but you can, it's a primer that kind of fills in some of the smaller details, so don't put it everywhere, but just kind of hit it there and then maybe hit it with some primer. If it bugs you, it might not even be noticeable. I haven't primed this yet. I'm still deciding which one I want to put together and paint live on stream on Twitch, but I don't exactly know quite yet. And then on the back there, it's got some more trim that's more like a fiery kind of look to it right there, fiery ripple that could be iridescent or what have you, and you got the beetle motif and everything. Now, the one bit here with the flames definitely locks on and looks good, but like I said, I think we kind of got messed up right there. I don't have the armor plate. Still working on painting up my armor plates right there, so just keep in mind there's a little armor plate that'll be sticking out. And then the heads look great. I mean, I was sizing these up earlier, so there normally wouldn't be that top plate right there. So you'd have this Anubis head, which, wow, very striking. And this crazy looking Danny DeVito Cyclops head. Very interesting looking, maybe Totem Con, I don't really know. And then you got this Crusader kind of look for the old original kind of Legionnaires. And that's the big stuff for the head right there. And of course, the piece of armor that I always forget, and this one goes on always the opposite way of what I think it's gonna look like. So it's really starting to kind of come together and have this like cool arcane look to it. let's slap on shoulder pads here, which are also very well detailed. I mean, you can see there are some print lines in it. And again, I can't speak to how they will look after we get them primed up and painted, but right there, it's kind of noticeable, but the detail is solid. Like, you got a lot of solid detail here. You don't have to worry about lack of detail, lots of gems and things. So I can't really speak to the painting of it aspect yet. It doesn't feel like there's a big ridge in there or anything, so I'm not super worried about it, but I might hit it with a little duplicolor primer before I actually do the spray primer on top of it. And of course, remember to wash all your resin and everything like that, because you want to get that mold release off of it so it doesn't mess up your paint job or anything like that. There isn't a lot of resin on here. It's almost like they pre-trim it for you before they stick it in the box, which I really, really like. And then there's the more of the arcane look that you can kind of tell is going to look pretty fresh. The ion shield's going to have a little ankh. Pretty neat. That's going to snap on there. And then you've got the tabard, which looks to go on right like that. So that's going to glue in somewhere right there. Obviously paint is separate because it's going to be a lot easier to work with. And you've got, whoops, my magnet. I am too forceful. Don't know my own strength. And let's see. There's that. And then we've got the groin, or the thigh plate right here. And this is really going to start to pop here in a second. Once we get all of these pieces on, we'll go with the scarab. So the scarab's going to lock in right there. And boom, you've got this really cool looking motif that you could do red, you could do blue, you could do iridescent, you could do metal change, color change metal paints right there. Once you get the undercarriage all painted up, and with that tabard, it's gonna look very, very striking. Now, another bit that came in here that I'm not exactly sure are these ones. So I would assume that these would go somewhere like up in here because they're slightly cantered, but I don't exactly know for sure. Oh, maybe they just go backwards. Or, yeah, okay, so that's more like it. So they go like something like this. So something like that, so kind of higher up in the air, which is a little bit, it's a little bit different than the flush one right here, which me personally, I kind of prefer the flush, but I'm not exactly sure, personal preference and taste and things like that. Now, as far as weapons go, let's take a look. So this is going to be the battle cannon. And we'll pull those pieces off before they all fall off. So we are going to have the battle cannon. And that is obviously going to slot in right there. So let's look at the battle cannon. So this is more of a shield. Oh, it's got the spacers. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's see how that locks in here. Yep, that locks right in. So unfortunately, I don't have the barrel to size up right there, but it looks like from cursory look to all size up pretty good. Looks like the diameter's right for sure. And then you've got the thermal cannon, which is this one, and there's definitely enough tolerance right there with the piston, and that I have separate. So let's take a look at that. So that slots right in. Very neat. So once you get all of that put in, and now they have separate options that you can buy. You can buy posable walking legs. You can buy fists if you want. They might not always match up with the motif. I think they're more like a kind of an undivided sort of theme, but that's pretty neat. Now this is a kind of a complete kit one. I think this is one of the first ones they made. So let's look at the Reaper chainsword. So here's the Reaper, and of course I've already assembled mine and it's magnetized, so I'm not going to rip it apart yet. But let's check the diameter. So this is really cool. Again, there's a little bit of print marks right there, so a little duplicoat. Brush on primer would probably solve that. It doesn't. I can kind of feel it on this. It doesn't feel too deep, so I think it'll be okay though. And it looks like they hit some of the flash right there, but I would definitely go in and trim some of that up myself, it looks like. Okay, so let's see, is this the right diameter approximately? And I'm gonna go with yes, that is the right diameter. So it is gonna be a little bit bigger. Let's see. definitely a lot bigger than that right there. So that's going to be pretty cool looking. You can get a nice metal effect fade or some corrosion or some sort of rainbow effect. Maybe those sweet heats, like it was heated steel and it's kind of heated up and weathered itself over time. But that, once you get this all together, and you kind of saw it when I had the plating all on, it's going to be a very striking model with all the different parts, and then you really have an opportunity to kind of pull it all together with some contrast on the tabard right here, whether it's dark or light. You can do some of the bone page work and stuff. So I'm liking this one. This one is very cool. I'm almost about to switch from wanting to paint the Nurgle one to wanting to paint the Tzeentch one. I got to think about it. I'm not exactly sure quite yet which one I want to paint, but every time I unbox one of these, I just get more and more excited about it. So Legio Models over on Facebook group. We'll put the link. Check it out below. I think that's it for this one. I don't have anything else to show you, so I'm gonna get with them about these missing parts, and we'll see what's up, because I don't need 2 Anubis heads, right? So that's it for this one. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.